Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to the Sonic Adventure 2 Battle Dark Story Tournaments. Today we have Meltrs versus Aggressive. My name is your everyday speedrunner. I'll be doing commentary for these races. I'm expecting quite a good match. Both Meltrs and Aggressive have shown they can do some crazy strats. They're both good in their own regards. Aggressive recently played against Ethmar. Sadly, he didn't win that match. And Meltrs, he semi-recently played Stellar. He won that match. This is now a losers round match, I should add. And the winner of this match will go on against the winner of a match that's not yet been decided. It looks like we're getting ready for countdown. Alright, so maybe we should start explaining the first stage a little bit. The first stage we'll be seeing is called Iron Gate. It's an Eggman stage, and it will explain the mech movements pretty well. Just the mech grounds movements, I should say. Okay. And mech ground movement. Eggman's mech is very good at keeping speed straight on, but has trouble taking sharp turns. So either has to take turns more widely, or he can jump in mid-air, so that means he can keep a little bit off his speed. One thing I should add, Aggressive is a Japanese player. He will be using both Japanese audio and Japanese text, so sadly I cannot read out his hints, since I can't read the Japanese. So it looks like Meltrs have a bit of technical issues on his stream. But Aggressive looks like he will be showing off the ring route here. Though what the ring route does is you collect a certain amount of rings between 80 and 89, and when you hit a checkpoint you get a speed juice, and that means we'll be able to rush through the stage, and optimally it's about a second faster, I would say. And it looks like, yeah, Meltrs is having a little bit of lag. From the frames I can see, it looks like he is going for speed juice as well. And he did go for speed juice. Looks like he's ahead a little bit, Aggressive. Quite hard to say. Alright, looks like the problem... Alright, I spoke too soon. Alright, it looks like the problem has resolved itself a little bit. Meltrs finished up at a time of 2:06 and Aggressive finished up at a time of 2:04. Both very nice times. Exactly something I would expect from these runners. So now we'll go into Hotshot, and Hotshot is the first time we'll see Shadow. What the runners gotta do is hit the cockpit 4 times. So they'll probably go for this first quick hit. There we go. For the last hit, the 4th hit, they gotta wait a little bit and climb up on some boxes towards the left or the right, whatever you prefer. And as Meltrs just showed, he waited a little bit, so the death animation would be faster. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw Agadev miss the first hit. That can be quite unfortunate. But I'm pretty sure he managed to work himself back, yes. They both got the fast death animation. If you are too quick there, you either get the ground death animation, or if you're a little bit later, you get a weird glitchy animation that makes hotshots rise up in the air. Alright. Agadev got a first piece that's all the way up top. I couldn't read Meltrs' first piece, but it looks like it's green pond. Yes, that's a green pond. On the head. Let's see if he knows where this is. It's up and towards the left. He does know where this is. Let's see what did Agadev gets. Agadev also got on the head. It's very nice. Quite similar RNG here. He got on the biggest turtle shell was Meltrs' third piece, and Agadev got a very similar time. He managed to crawl back from that reset he had to take in Hotshot. Alright, so this is Sand Ocean, one of the most hated stages in this run. Sand Ocean is a cycle-based stage with the mag suit. So both Meltrs and Agadev opting to get a extra life, because they have to reset the stage anyway to line up the cycles better. Both got the first merry-go-round jump pretty well. Let's see how they handle the rest of it. Oh, Meltrs a little bit of a bonk there that puts them. They're now neck and neck. Agadev had a little bit of better movement there, so now he's ahead. Just a tit. Let's see. It looks like Agadev is online for first cycle and Meltrs has to take the second cycle. Oh no, Agadev takes the death. Very unfortunate, and he didn't take a checkpoint along the way, so he has to restart the entire stage. And misses that jump as well. That's unfortunate as well. That's gotta leave a sour taste in his mouth. That's what this stage can do. It can screw you over at pretty much every jump. At the first merry-go-round jump, it's I think you have about a 5 to 3 frame window to make your jump. Alright, it looks like Agadev gets the first cycle yet again. For beginning runners, this is a very difficult stage, because it's a cycle-based stage and you don't really know what is going on. And you don't know what cycle you're on, you don't know what jumps you can and cannot make, and oh, Agadev, that's a very unfortunate death. He had a checkpoint rather closely. Meltrs opting, moving his way up, he's almost at the finish. And he will finish up at a time of, let's see, 2:18 or 2:19, I can't really tell. Agadev again taking a death, very unfortunate. He's pushing through, and there's still an entire run in front of them. Anything can happen. Agadev opts to play it safe here, just to go around. Meltrs now in the first real Shadow stage, Radical Highway. Shadow behaves the same as Sonic in terms of movement. We'll see where he goes for. He doesn't go, probably won't go for the mag jump. No, he's not going for the mag jump. Mag jump is a trick where you push yourself into a wall with high speed, and that horizontal speed will carry over into vertical speed, and you can skip a small part of the stage. Quite a precise jump, and not a whole lot of people go for it. Meltrs now just going for this small trick. Very nice, very well executed. What Meltrs just did, he hit a spring through the box. The hitbox of the spring extends outwards, so you can hit the side of it, and like he just did, jump yourself all the way up to the top. The other way to getting up there would be to grab the trolley handle, I think they're called. You get pulled up. It's not much faster or slower, I believe. But whatever you're most comfortable with. I use the regular method, I think you could call it. And Meltrs is not going for the loop skip, which I can respect. This can be a very tricky loop skip. This Agative is now in Radical Highway as well. Alright. Meltrs finishing up at a time of 1:54. That's certainly not bad. I think under 2 minutes it's fine there. I would take that in a race. And Meltrs sure will as well. See what Agative goes for. He's also going for the cycle based strategy here. And does the same trick with the spring. Meltrs now in Egg Quarters. Egg Quarters is another Rouge stage. So that means more RNG. We'll also get the first upgrade for Rouge, which will be the pick nails, and they will be mandatory in this in this level. But I couldn't really read this hint all that well. So let me check. On the restream. Oh, it was that piece. Alright. I was wondering why I can't read the hints. The commentary stream is a bit lower bitrate, so I do have a little bit of trouble reading them. Hidden Ancient Wall Painting is Meltrs' second hint. You will first opt to get these upgrades. You will probably need... Yes, you will need... No, you won't need that for this piece. There is a set of RNG, a couple of sets where you can get all pieces that you don't need the pick shoes for, pick nails. But it's very, very unlikely. So Meltrs about a stage ahead now. He got a 57, which is not ideal, but looking at how RNG was treating him, this was the best he could do. Now look what Agative has for his RNG. Meltrs now in Lost Colony. I would say this is he is now done with the entire bottleneck of this run. I could have taken a game over there. Very unfortunate. Meltrs is now done with the biggest bottleneck of the run. Yes, half of the Rouge RNG stage is done. And you will now get the hover upgrade, which will allow him to do hover jumps. What hover jumps basically are is hover jumps allow you to get some extra height. How they work is you enter a hover input right after you jump, and as closely as you can. You will see the runners do that with pass buffering. to make it a lot easier on themselves. Because I think the way passing works is the game unpasses on the same frame as it passes or a frame after. And if you, right after you pass, hit your jump input, you can get some crazy height, and we'll see that in the next stage to its fullest extent. Negative is looking for a second piece. These scarabs are kind of weird. These scarabs they will lock onto you and try to attack you. But if you hide in the shadow or get away from them far enough, fast enough, they will no longer lock on you. And on Meltrs screen we just had Pick the Cat. Say hi hello to Pick the Cat. Meltrs HDF a little bit of trouble finding his last piece. It's underneath the big way, I think. Oh, active, it's underneath there. Yes, you kinda. Oh, how will we get to this piece? It's pretty bad. And I'm assuming as just Meltrs finish up at a time of 2:21. That's just very good. It's very good. So now Meltrs in weapons bed. He just skipped an upgrade. Normally you would have to get the big cannon upgrade, which allows you to break metal containers, which are the light gray ones. But this stage is the only stage that really makes it mandatory to break them in a casual playthrough. But as you can see, you can fly around them. You can, with hover jumping, you can jump on top of them. Alright. We just switched audio over to Meltrs audio, since in the beginning of the run he was having some trouble, so we didn't get any audio. So I now also hear he is having his custom music again, which doesn't do anything, just makes the run a little bit more say fun, as he just got the speed to upgrade the speed boost. We missed the hover jump there, so we'll see if he makes it to the other side. It does look like it, but he has to take it the slow way. Negative now also has the upgrade, the hover upgrade. Alright, Meltrs is now in Tails 1, which is a pretty straightforward fight, as Meltrs will show us. That's how easy it is. Negative now in the auto-scroller. I should explain a little bit about the difference between Hero and Dark story, as Meltrs is now in Security Hall, which is one of the worst roost stages. I think it's the worst. See what's saying. There's two containers facing each other. That can be multiple different pieces, so we'll see which one he gets. It looks like... Alright, he got a good one. Yeah, the difference between Hero and Dark. Casually, I think Hero story is way easier and way more straightforward, where Dark story has more gimmicks to it. Like you have this time limit on a roost stage, The floor and also a ceiling. That's not a bad hint from his current location. He has to do some climbing for it. It's not a optimal. Let's see if he can grab it. He can grab the side of that platform. Sometimes the game won't let you. Agatha finishes up Last Colony with a time of 2:32. Meltrs with a time of 45 seconds. Security hall, that's very nice. Yes, and for those wondering what happened, why Meltrs has such a big lead over Agatha, Sand Ocean happened. Let's see if Meltrs can get the manipulation on this boss. Does look like it. That's the first. Yeah, he got it. Easy every time. Meltrs now in White Jungle, and I would say White Jungle is the... we had a shadow stage out there. Just because it's very inconsistent sometimes. I also see a good use of storage. Storage is when the game doesn't really know if you're spin dashing or somersaulting. It happens when you push down the spin dash button, when you hold it for a spin dash. It's a period of time where you don't actually charge up your spin dash just yet. In that moment the game gives you these hitbox of the somersault and also the appropriate extra things that come with it. Like being able to damage enemies and walk under things you would normally have to use somersault on. Also have a little bit of trouble with this loop. Negative. Finish up at a time of 1:38. That is. Looks like a 1:38. And Meltrs just flew past Big the Cat. Big the Cat makes a cameo in every stage. Barely makes it keeps himself on the stage. He finished up at a time of 1:44. That's very nice. Negative now enters security hall himself. We'll see what RNG he gets. Meltrs now in the Faker cutscene. We all gotta appreciate that. Yeah, that's an amazing cutscene. But be quiet for that one. Meltrs opting not to go for the storage strategy. Oh, he did for the last hint. And he ended up with a time of 15 seconds. Looks like. Again, it's kind of hard to sometimes see in the commentary stream. It's a lower bitrate, so reading things. And Agatha has finished up a time of 36 seconds. That's very nice. He's crawling back bit by bit. Meltrs now in Route 280, which is almost an auto-scroller. But you do have to move. There's not much you can do to make this faster, except a trick called snaking, which Meltrs is using right now. Snaking is when you're constantly drifting, which basically removes your deceleration cap. With your deceleration cap removed, you can keep your speed from down when you go downhill or from a boost. But you still do lose your speed when you go either uphill or hit a wall or a car. The runners do have to use their boost every now and then. So Negative is now done with Flying Dog. And we'll see how he does White Jungle. So maybe in the meantime I should explain a little bit about the difference between Hero and Dark, casually speaking. And for a speedrunner's perspective, it's a little bit different. Hero story has some more crazy skips, I would say, like crazy gadget skip, internal engine skip, city escape skip. Where at this moment, Dark story is still a bit more about basic movement, basic execution. There are some people just rolling in that don't really know what's going on. Meltrs is ahead by about a stage at this point, I would say. Maybe a bit more. It's hard to say now. He's about 3/4 of the way done with, more than 3/4 of the way done with Route 280. And Negative is almost done with White Jungle, but Negative also has to do the Sonic 1 fight first, so I should say it's about a stage and a boss fight apart now. Finish up with a time of 1:42, which is not very bad, considering the fact that he had a few optimization errors and a little bit of execution errors at the end. Now, Negative in the Japanese version of the Faker cutscene. I think it's in English. It's way more edgy. Meltrs is now entering Skyrail, which is the shortest and, in my opinion, the most fun Shadow stage. A decent runner can finish this stage in about 50 seconds. As Meltrs is using some questionable music, as we're used of him. See what strategy he goes for here. Alright. Doesn't go for the IL strat, which is smart. There's an IL strat there where you can jump on the other rail, gain some extra speed, and he misses the last jump to make the skip complete. So we now skipped about 2 islands where you had to climb up on. So we didn't get the stunt skip. He's having a little bit of trouble here. And he finished up with a time of 55 seconds, it looks like. Yeah, that's a 55. Negative is now rolling his way around about 280. Meltrs is now in Egg Golem. Egg Golem is kind of a weird boss fight, since you have to break open his chest and to expose these things that look like bombs. The weird thing about this, he takes extra damage on his left arm. For us, it's his right arm. For whatever reason, he takes extra damage there. but Meltrs managed himself just fine. Meltrs now in the last Rouge stage, which is Mad Space. Mad Space is a pretty gimmicky stage, as in all its hints are in reverse, in one way or the other. So the first hint will be in mirror, the second hint will be where it's not at. We'll tell you the opposite of where it's at. For example, it will say it's in a high place, that means it's in a low place. Alright, it looks like Meltrs is having a few stream issues. Alright, the mirror thing here, the last hint will say where it's absolutely not at, or what to absolutely not do to find it. So say do not break the box that's in front of the card. I don't think that's actually a hint, but that's an good example. You know it's there. Alright, as both streams seem to have a little bit of issue. Right. Active now at the end of Route 280. It's a bit hard to say how Meltrs is doing. Alright, he finished up with a time of 1 minute and 20 seconds. That's not very good. But the thing about Mad Space, it's never good. It's very hard to get good RNG in that stage, since it's a very tall stage. It goes in length up and down a whole lot, so pieces can be scattered all across the stage, and you can have a bad time finding all of them. He's now going to fight Knuckles, which is Rouge's only boss fight. What he's basically going to do is shove hitboxes in his face until he dies. He wants to do this before the 20-second mark, because at 20 seconds the floor of the stage will open up and will blow both Rouge and Knuckles everywhere, and it makes it quite difficult to beat the fight, let alone get a good time. But Meltrs did it just fine. He's now in Cosmic Wall. Cosmic Wall is the last Eggman stage and has some weird mechanics. For example, the weird skewed gravity. I wouldn't say skewed gravity, but the lack of gravity. As you can see, you can easily float very high, and we'll use that to our advantage later in the stage with a skip. And we'll see what version of the skip you will be going for. Knowing Meltrs, you will probably go for Russian skip, or Dream skip as it's also called, where you will fly to the end of the stage. I believe someone has told me this is the music Meltrs is using is from Star Fox. I can't say what game because I don't know the song myself. Aggressive is going through his own egg golem, and he takes it out fairly clean. One minor slip up. Meltrs is now coming up to the skip. Let's see if he gets it. Alright, he got it. Let's see. He's out of bounds now. It's easier than it looks, trust me. Alright, let's see where he will go. Looks like he's going for Russian skip. He will now be about 2.5 minutes of this, just flying through space. Aggressive is now in Mad Space. I don't know what piece he got, because Japanese. Looked like it was on a capsule, since he's not using the rocket to go all the way up. That was a fairly decent first piece. You can go everywhere from this. You can go up, you can go down. But it looks like he has to go all the way up, which is fairly unfortunate, but I would say normal. Ooh, he misses a ledge. It's unfortunate. Alright, looks like it's in this metal box. Let's see if he's going to break the box. No. He used a whatever that kick is called to launch himself upwards, and it also does extend your hitbox in all directions. So he was able to grab that piece through the box. As he's now looking for his last piece, which is somewhere along the bottom here. It looks like it's a bunch of black. I don't know the full hint out of my head, but I know it's called bunch of black, and he finished up at a time of 1:35. That's not as good as Meltrs' time. Did lose a little bit of a lead there. The lead, a chance to make a comeback, but still anything can happen if Meltrs has a trouble with Tails 2, which will be after this, or the final chase. That's the last stage. Agadov could make a comeback. As Agadov not spamming the attack, but rather does it with well-timed attacks. It's also very nice. And Meltrs finish up with a time of 4:04, which is nice. It's really nice. It's hard to get a sub 4-minute time with Russian skip. The other skip, it's an older skip, I believe, but it's way faster. Not way faster. It's about 5 seconds faster, I would say, optimally, over using Russian skip, but it's difficult because you have to play through the rest of the stage. So Meltrs now in Tails 2. Tails 2 is quite a dangerous boss fight. Casually it's very difficult because of that laser beam. It can take you out very easily. But Meltrs takes out Tails within 20 seconds, which is always nice. Nothing special happens at 20 seconds. It's just nice. We're now going to see what Agadov is going to do. If he's going for maybe tower skip, which Meltrs didn't even try. I don't know if Agadov can do it. I believe he can. He is going to attempt it, but no, he pushed himself to the wrong side of the wall. If he gets a second shot at this, if he's going for it, he's not going for it. I can respect that. Ooh, he almost missed the skip. I had to ride the roller coaster off shame. Because if you touch that pad that's below Eggman right now, you have to ride a roller coaster and the thing is slow. Having a little bit of trouble clipping out. Alright, he clipped out just well. Meltrs is now making his way through final chase, and I should explain the stage maybe a little bit. You see, throughout the stage you'll see these gravity tubes. They are very annoying because they don't have rules on how they work. Those are more suggestions. Like they can behave like they should. They also can't, depending on what they feel like that day. If they want to help you, they help you. If not, they won't. So one of the examples is kind of weird about them. If you land on top of them with quite a bit of speed, you'll just fall through them. You'll clip through the top and just die. Because this stage is also one minor slip up and you're dead. Meltrs is going to attempt the mini skip here, and it looks like he's making it if he can keep his gravity just like this. Yeah, it looks like he gets it. Very nice. Final Chase is kind of a stage filled with mini skips and small optimizations. I kinda missed what happened on Agato's stream. Oh, he probably died and now he got a weird camera angle. So he kinda has to think about what he's going to do. He's, probably has to die at this point. Meltrs is going for the second small skip, which doesn't have a proper name for it just yet. Some people call it tube skip, others call it whatever. But Meltrs finished up with a time of 2:24, which is very nice. Negative is probably slowly getting tired of just falling like this. I would be too. As Meltrs' stream is kinda being weird again. Looks like no, he hasn't yet. Right, Meltrs now in the final Sonic fight. It's kind of a shame that his stream got a lag at this point. What he has to do is attack Sonic in a pattern. So at the moment Sonic will exit his homing attack. You can attack him. There's a small window there where you can attack him. It's not the intended method, but it works. Meltrs finished up with the run. He takes the first round. Congratulations. I don't really know what's going on Agato's side. It looks like he's doing something. So Meltrs is now quickly restarting his game so he can skip the credits. His screen is kind of off center. Probably fix that. And so runners are going to set up the next run, the next race. I'm gonna do a little bit of practice here. I think maybe not. That's probably waiting on Agato to give the go on. If they're ready, it looks like they're both ready. That's now gonna make a new file quickly. We'll be ready to go. Alright, looks like we're gonna have a small bathroom break. So we'll be back in a minute or so. So I advise everyone to just go stand up and stretch, go grab a drink. We'll be here when you get back. This second race. I have faith in Agato bringing this back. He can take this. He can take this next race. While we're setting up for the next race, I want to give a shout out to both our runners. You can find them at twitch.tv/meltrs and twitch.tv/agdf_ydy. Or type !R in chat for their streams. And it looks like we're ready to go with the next round. Right, so just waiting for the countdown now. It can happen any second. I think the Irelands are taking a small break as well. Alright, I just got notified Meltrs is back. And while we are listening to his questionable music, and now we can also see Agadif is playing without the battle version of the game. There are two versions of this game, Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. There's not really a difference between them. I believe there's only difference. There is the Chow Karate, a mini game of this game. Gives emblems in the battle version. Speedrunning wise, it doesn't do anything. Alright. Yes. Looks like we're ready to go any second now. I'm curious to see what there we go. Again with Iron Gate as the first stage. And of course we have Meltrs again with the questionable music. Don't know if I should laugh at this or cry. Either way, sure something. It's something different from the normal Iron Gate music. Don't know where he found this. He found this music, and at this point I'm scared to ask. Looks like Agadif is ahead, just a second or two. So my faith was still right. My faith in him. Alright, it looks like they're both going for the ring route. Both. Meltrs does not have the right amount of rings just yet. Probably get those right now. There is a ring capsule back there. Just gotta be careful, there's a one behind it as well. Right, he just only got the 5 ring capsule, that's the one he needed. There's a 20 ring capsule behind it. If you hit that, your ring route is screwed up. Yes, this music is very anticlimactic. Meltrs, I'm disappointed at his choice. So I'm gonna do us all a small favor for now. Since Agadif is ahead, we'll switch to his audio. So we now have the choice between Japanese audio, Japanese text, or Meltrs' music. Let's see how Agadov takes down Hotshot this time. I hope he doesn't have to reset this time, and he gets the first hit. From now on it's smooth sailing. Alright, to answer the question if the Japanese cutscenes take less time, no. Because technically in the English version it's still the same cutscene, with the same mouth movements and all, and the same audio cues. So, but only the audio is different, only the text. But it can lead to some weird things within the Faker cutscene. They talk over each other at the end. Looks like Meltrs got a free piece. He got a coconut free piece. Let's see where his second or his first piece, say will be. Just behind the pillar. That's nice. I've got the. Ooh, you got some nice RNG there. The top piece worked out after all. Meltrs as to. Oh, does he get it? He got the clip. He has got a jail piece, which is very, very bad. See, I think this is the worst one. No, it's not the worst one possible. But it's up, sure it's up there. But he still got a time of less than 50 seconds, which is impressive, nonetheless. Where Agadov finished up with a time of 51 seconds. So now we're back at Sand Ocean. See how Sand Ocean will be for Agadov at this time. Takes a life. Safety, I only need that. Right, Meltrs also taking the safety life. Agadov this time, Sand Ocean is for now been a bit nicer to him. Sand Ocean is one of those stages, no matter how long you've played this game, no matter how good you are, you'll still screw it up from time to time. Even the top runners have troubles getting first cycle. Meltrs, ooh, he tried to go for first cycle, changed his mind for the last seconds, but he unfortunately took a death. This case gives Agadov a nice lead. Who's the better PB of this runner? Technically it's Meltrs, as far as I know. Because Agadov is not on the Dark Story leaderboard, but he is a very good runner. Although I don't know his PB. And I can look up Meltrs PB in the meantime real quick. speedrun.com/sa2b, where all the Sonic Adventure 2 main categories are held. Let's see, Meltrs. At this point in time, he is 19th with a in-game time of 28:53. One thing I should add, any run under 50 minutes real time uses in-game time. What in-game time basically is, it's just all the time they spent in the stages combined. So the timer just stops when there are either cutscenes playing or loading screens going. And they said this run would be decided by in-game time. And the runners are now neck and neck. It's very Aggressive with a time of 2:02. Meltrs with a time of 2:23. This is a race, boys. It looks like Aggressive's PC loads it just a little bit faster. He's ahead by a few seconds. Not even that, I think less than a second. Right, looks like he's going for mag jump. Let's see if he can make it. It looks like he made it. Even though we missed it, because his stream lagged. It's very nice, very good. He misses that cycle by just a little bit. Delurian, to answer your question, they are actually that close. And not anymore, because Meltrs just missed kind of a crucial landing for that. I can't really blame him because those lines, the terrible collision detection. If you think you're hitting them, you don't. So Aggressive now takes a pretty nice lead. Failing the first jump. Skips the loop very easily. Alright. Now, we'll have Meltrs audio because Aggressive is having a little bit of trouble with his stream.
Here we go.
So let's see how Aggressive handles himself in egg quarters. Let's see how nice RNG is to him this time.
This is Rouge. I have located Eggman's base and will proceed to enter it now.
Alright, apparently he got a bad piece. So we want to reset.
Hate to say it.
Reset it again.
Guess I'm going to have to find
Alright, looks like he'll take this one. And he got a free piece, very nice. So Meltrs got full skill I, which is also a very nice piece because it's on your way to the upgrade. Looks like you get the piece first, then the upgrade. I'm getting Skull's room. Agate is now taking his first piece in green. See where his last piece will be. See, Hot Chow. That's a very nice piece. Where he is right now, just above this flame. And they are less than 2 seconds apart again. Agate with a 45, Meltrs with a 47. Let's see what they will do in Last Colony. Alright, I've had enough of Meltrs' weird music, so we're switching over to Agative again. Looks like his stream issues are fixed. Technically what you want to do there is not hit the speed boost, the speed pads. So you keep your speed once you hit the vertical, horizontal piece again. Sounded weird. Never mind. Very curious on what his run will be. IGT will be the decider of that. And I've got that jump, it's very nice. Can be a bit weird since you gotta land on a platform that if you hit it from the side it just pushes you downwards. Out of now in the auto-scroller section. Somewhere on the left side of the rising platform we can see Big the Cat any moment. I gotta say hi to Big the Cat once he strolls by. Same goes for Meltrs. If Meltrs sees Big the Cat, we also gotta say hi to Big. Hi Big. Goodbye Big. Continue on fishing. Hi Big. Bye Big. Let's see with what time we'll finish up. Looks like a low 220. 221, very nice. Looks like Meltrs will have a little bit of a higher time. 225-ish. Which still is very good. It still is a very, very nice time. That pulls HDF ahead just a little bit. Again, with these small time differences, 4 seconds it is now. It was on this stage, yeah, now it's about 6 seconds apart. But I can see when both our timers were passed. Negative, again skipping the big cannon upgrade. For those who are just dropping in. This is a very close race. Meltrs won last race. And Negative's now making sure he either takes this race or gives Meltrs a run for his money. Last run, Negative had a bit of bad luck. This sand ocean wasn't too nice. Someday we'll get a big story DLC for SA2. Yeah, I'd like to dream for that as well. And I love Big the Cat. It's a shame he was only in Sonic Adventure 1. Sonic Adventure DX is really a playable character. Because in Sonic Heroes he didn't do much. Could have been anyone else and the run of the game would have been the same. I could have got satellite jump, which is very nice to finish up at a time of 1:30. See how Meltrs does it. Looks like we will get about the same time. He got a 2:28. He's now 3 seconds behind Agative. Now, the Tails 1 fight. Let's see how he does it. Very straightforward. Gotta give it to Agative. He's not spamming with his attacks. He's just very slow and calm collectively. Like he knows when to press the buttons. His timing is on point, I would say. especially in the Knuckles fight. As Meltrs is in a little bit of trouble. He barely makes it out alive. About 6 seconds apart now. It looks like I could have got a free piece, that's very nice. Can now only get one safe piece. Let's see. Air condition of the security hall is Meltrs' first piece, which is also a very nice first piece. Let's see what that last hint for Agative means. Just to take a second hint, he doesn't really know where that one. Meltrs got a safe piece. Second piece, that's bad. Gets the letter L as his last piece, which is not a safe piece, so he's lucky on that one. Finish up with it. He doesn't finish up just yet. Trying to get it. He finished up with a time of 37 seconds, which pulls him ahead again. Very nice. Agative having a bit of trouble finding his last piece, but he found it. Finished up with a time of 1:02. Which is not bad, considering his execution. Could have got, if he got that piece first try, he directly managed to find it. He would have gotten a much better time. Now Meltrs is ahead again, but who knows for how long. We'll now see him do Flying Dog. Gets the first hit, no problem. Now I have Meltrs' audio back, for those who love it. Let's see, Meltrs finished up with a 33. Let's see, Agative gets last time. It's a 38, I believe. 37.99. Meltrs got himself a pretty hefty lead now. Let's see if he can keep that. Both players up to jump besides the first barrier. I respect that. Ooh, Meltrs bonks. I'll give AGF a little bit of time to catch back up. Meltrs makes more of these small mistakes. It could cost him. And again, Agative has to play well in that case. Anything can happen. Meltrs doesn't skip the loop. And for those who don't know why the timers pause when they are not playing technically, it's because this race will be decided by IGT. Normally we don't do that. Normally we go by real time. But these runners found it more useful, easier to go by in-game time, so they decide to go by in-game time. So if the game is loading up the next stage or in a cutscene, the timers will pause. It's a plugin for live split. Agative is having a bit of trouble again with the same spot as last time. Let's see, Meltrs finished up at a time of 1:38 and Agative finished up at a time of 1:42. 4 seconds apart here. Very nice. Very nice on both runners. Meltrs now in the Faker cutscene.
You're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? You're not even good enough to be my friend.
Alright, I also want to be quiet for that cutscene just because it's so iconic. It doesn't have the same charm, the same edginess in the in Japanese. It's mainly because I don't speak Japanese. Smells having a little bit of trouble. And so does Agadev. Agadev has to stay alive. It looks like he isn't. It's weird. Managed to get himself out of the water, but yet the game said, nope, you're dead. Oh, it doesn't get the last hit on Sonic. Very unfortunate. Alright, there we go. Finish up at a time of 20 seconds. Now just taking his lead further and further away. Now both en route to 80. For those who are wondering, is this the real music Meltrs is using? No, this is Meltrs is using all custom music. You can change that in the game files if you like. I don't. I don't use it, but it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't make it load any faster or slower. Well, I'm not bullying Meltrs. I'm just pointing it out. I don't bully Meltrs. I'm just questioning his music. Oh, he takes a death. That's very, very unfortunate. That's not good. That's not good at all. Agadev will now pull himself ahead. This stage does not have any checkpoints. It has no mercy. Agadev now ahead. That will cost Meltrs so much time. Let's see. I'll switch over audio to Agadev real quick. Yes. His music is a little bit quieter. At least we can use his audio if his stream is not having any troubles. Ooh, Agadev spins out, crashes into the wall. Very, very unfortunate, but he's still ahead. Don't know if he knows. Also, a weird thing that can happen in this stage. If you hit a car as it's despawning at the end of the stage, the entire stage disappears. For no apparent reason. Ethmar, one of our top runners, has found that out the hard way. Yes, he hit a car as it despawned, causing the entire stage to despawn underneath him. We don't know why, we don't know how. It's just a weird thing that happens. Let's see how Agadev will now handle Skyrail. This is what I mean with this game, anything can happen. One small mistake and you're done for. Let's see how we'll do this stage. He gets the easy part. This stage isn't difficult at all. I would advise anyone that has this game, it doesn't matter if it's on PC or in GameCube or even Dreamcast, just try to do some of these skips. Look up how they work if you can't figure it out on your own, and just do it. Just try to do it. It's easier than you might think. Like this stage, it's not very difficult to learn to do it this way. And I've just got a time of 51 seconds. It's very nice. Yeah, I would advise anyone to just try some of these strategies. They aren't difficult. You don't need to be a top class runner to do some of these. So just give it a shot. Maybe you like it and you say, I want to pick up this game for speedrunning. Not just Dark Story tricks, Hero Story as well. Well, Hero Story has some more difficult strategies. They skip like Cosmic Wall skip, any of those skips. Let's say the normal skip or Russian skip. They are fairly easily learnable, I would say. I would say you can do it in less than an hour if you're new to speedrunning. I just bit my tongue. Ugh. Ooh, Meltrs misses the spin homing attack on the rail. That's gonna lose him some time. I gotta get some good RNG here. He might be able to bring this home. He's got his first piece on a rather nice spot. So wait for Omacho to stop talking until we get the can read the hint computers. See what his second piece will give him. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. It's Japanese. They go by too fast to look it up. Like it's in one of these containers or on top of them. There it is. We'll see what that is. Looks like it's on the Holy Planet. Very nice. Finish up with a time of 1 minute. Almost 1 minute flat. 500th of a second off. 1 minute flat. So, I'll take in a race. I'll take that in a race. Especially with the way Mad Space can be, with how brutal it can be. You now go into Knuckles 1. Then I would say Knuckles 1, but it's the only Knuckles fight. Which isn't also extremely difficult. Once you get the first hit off him, you can just spam drill dives into his face and he'll die. Also works for the Rouge fight, for the Hero Story category. And one thing the winners do have to watch out for is that at the 20-second mark, the floor opens up and hot air from exposed lava will blow both blow both Rouge and Knuckles everywhere, which will make it very difficult to even get a kill on Knuckles because he will hide somewhere on the stage, and the stage is bigger than it looks. He will just assault you with his special attacks. Now Agative is in Cosmic Wall. Cosmic Wall, for those who don't know, it's the last Eggman stage and also the one with the most gimmicky assets, which is the low gravity. Normally with the Eggman stages there would be, you could get more height out of hover jumping. Those who don't know, that's the initiating and hover as soon as you jump, but in this stage it's the exact opposite. It's much better to wait for a longer amount of time and get it that way than hover jumping. You can get more height out of a normal jump at hover, and it looks like he almost got tower skipped there. Got pushed back to the right side of the wall, or the good side, I should say. Gets the first position, and he gets a nice instant clip. Almost had to ride the roller coaster of shame or the Cosmic Wall Express. Looks like he's going for a Russian skip or dream skip, depending who you ask. Now you would just fly through space for about a little over 2 minutes. Now just see how Meltrs is doing. I'll listen to what music Meltrs will have for Cosmic Wall. Yes, Meltrs has the Star Fox music, I so have been told, for this stage. Don't know what Star Fox song, I don't know what Star Fox game, but it's from Star Fox. And do note, both runners are on 0 lives now. For one small mistake, one death, and they have to reset the stage they're on, they will take a game over. Alright, in chat someone told me it's a remix or a cover of the Star Wolf theme. I have no idea who Star Wolf is, but I assume he's edgy, because his name is Star Wolf. And it's from Star Fox Assault. Thank you chat for giving me more knowledge. See what skip Meltrs will go for. I have to say, I do like this music. It's orchestra music. Alright, it looks like he's going for... Will it be Meltrs? It will be Russian skip. Alright. But he too will be flying towards the end of the stage. Alright, Agriff is now done with Cosmic Wall, so I'll be switching over back to his audio because I didn't really feel like just hearing constant hovering and very low music, because his music is kind of low. Don't know for what reason. Yeah, he will now be going into the Tails 2 fight. He didn't got here last time. I think he soft locked last time. At least he gave up. Alright, he's having a bit of trouble getting hits off on Tails. His audio is AI can be a bit weird. Agriff did dodge the death beam, which is nice. Agriff now in the last stage of the game. He's just one stage and one boss fight away from rounding this up, and it does look like he will be taking this home. This stage, I wouldn't say it uses a new mechanic. Well, it does use a new mechanic. I'll explain that one first. Those who don't know yet, who just dropped in, Agriff is ahead. He's now in the last stage, and he's now gotta cope with these gravity tubes, which are not always very nice. the stage can be not very nice in general. We'll see. We'll see what he will do. Also, I think I didn't explain last run what you can do with Shadow, and I assume also with Sonic. I don't play Hero Story, sorry. You can extend your jump by using your hover frames. That sounds weird, and I'll try to explain it to the best of my extent. When you jump in this game, you get hover frames. And the longer you hold the jump button, the longer your jump is. If you do a small hop, you can still use the same amount of hover frames. So what the runs do is they do a short hop. They go when they try to get some more distance. They'll pause and unpause with A and keep holding A. That will give you just a bit of more hover frames. It will just give you a bit more distance and can in this stage be used to skip some of it. The stage is filled with small skips, as you might have seen. Like not doing one or two of these skips wouldn't get you anything bad. Wouldn't make you lose any time. But if you compare a run with all of these skips versus none of these skips, there can be quite a bit of difference. As Aggressive finished up with a time of 2:21. Meltrs is now entering final chase himself. So they're about a stage apart right now. So unless Aggressive somehow screws up Sonic 2 big time, like loses over 2.5 minutes, 2 minutes I should say, it's pretty safe to say Aggressive has won this. But Sonic can be a real bully. Let's see. Alright, that's it for Aggressive. He takes this round, so it looks like we'll have a third match. Let's see how Meltrs continues his way through final chase. Alright, it looks like Meltrs is not going to finish this. Got to give them a point. Alright. So we'll get to set up the next race. And I might be joined by a second commentator for this last race.
File select. Story select.
We're now going to set this up. We'll see if we can get him in here as soon as we can. So we will set things up. Take a small break. Go take a quick piss if you haven't. Go stand up and stretch if you've been sitting down. I'm just like I am. I'm gonna do that too. Go grab a drink. We'll be right back. Okay, it looks like I'm back just in time, and my co-host, the only kid, is here as well.
How's
Kid,
it going,
why don't
everybody?
you go ahead? Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm the only kid. I'm joining Yeser for commentary. Not much else to say about it, though.
You are a runner and you run of this game yourself, and you also compete in this tournament, right?
I'm an inactive runner of this tournament. Or an inactive runner for this game, and I was in this tournament, yes, but I am no longer. I am off the bracket.
Yes, I'm looking at the bracket right now. You were facing Conkles to the max last time, and sadly you didn't win this race. You win that race, but nonetheless you are a good runner.
I appreciate that.
So, what do you think will happen in this third and last
I don't
round?
know. I kind of want to put my money on Meltrs, but Agnif, he pulled that last one out. So they both seem pretty evenly matched here so far.
I kinda want to put my money on Agadif, to be fair. So we're now waiting for the countdown. Looks like Meltrs is going to have a quick toilet break as well. Yes, did you take your toilet break before you started?
How about this? What does chat think? Does chat think Meltrs is going to win, or does chat think Agnif is going to win?
Chat has been very split on that. It looks like Meltrs fans are a bit more vocal, while Agadis fans are just a bit more silent because they know they're going to win. I mean, you saw how he pulled that last round out of his head like it was nothing. And I'm pretty sure he can do that a second time as well. Alright, it looks like both our runners are ready. A countdown will be starting soon. People saying it's Team Japan versus Team America at this point. because Agadef is a Japanese runner, for those who haven't noticed yet, with his Japanese text and Japanese audio. Alright, I've seen some votes for Agadef, I've seen some votes for Meltrs. Very nice. So
Seems
chat
like
is,
we're getting ready to go.
yeah, chat is quite split on who's going to win and who's going to go home after this. Because this is a losers round, losers bracket match. The loser of this match gets to go home. So the stakes are quite high, I would say. Alright, be ready to go any second.
Alright, here we go.
Ah, we're going. Cool. So let's see how they manage themselves in Iron Gate one more time.
So we
Last
do know
time-
that both of them have been going for ring route so far, so logic dictates they're both going to do it again.
Yes.
But right now it looks like Agadef got to that elevator a bit quicker, so Agadef's taking the early lead in Iron Gate.
I would say that's less than a second lead.
This is speedrunning. A second's all you need.
In a stage like Iron Gate, a second can be the difference between a good run or a bad run. Iron Gate is a very optimized stage, I would say. The top runners can do it in less than 2 minutes, story style. Story style, that means the upgrades you would have at this point while you're playing the story. Agadef also going for these small optimizations by jumping towards the bridge as it's coming out.
Yeah, if you pay attention to when you hit the elevator, your timer, it's very easy to predict when that bridge is going to come out, so it's just a matter of keeping track of the timer as you get ready to launch forward.
Yeah, the elevator takes 25 seconds to hit the bottom. But that's what I also will be using now, just for waiting out until they grab the speed upgrade.
Alright, so both of them sitting at 80 rings after Meltrs hits this 5-ring box.
Still think that's a risky capsule to go for, because there's a 20 capsule right behind it.
Yeah, but the 20 capsule you have to walk a little further to hit. If you're inching yourself forward, it's very easy to hit one and not the other.
Yeah, or lock onto both accidentally.
I actually use a different ring route that hits both of them.
I use a completely different ring route that hits none of them.
It looks like Meltrs had a little bit of a hold up trying to open that last door. Alright, so we're seeing a 201 and a 202, so that's a second difference. Literally a second difference.
Wow.
Okay,
it looks like there's a
0.9
little-
seconds.
0.9,
0.9. Okay, close enough.
Close enough. I'll round it up for you. That's a second. But we'll have to see what Sand Ocean does to both our runners.
Oh god, Sand Ocean's been brutal this race.
Yeah, Sand Ocean has been Sand Ocean. I mean, I think we can all agree on Sand Ocean having a nickname of Salt Ocean.
Both of them getting the quick hit. Less than a second difference. Alright, first case of RNG.
Let's see what they get. I don't...
Can't tell what the hint on the right is. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, I can't read Japanese either.
Underwater balcony goes for the reset.
I can respect that.
Second floor stone face, okay. Now he's going to do
Let's
some
see.
quick checks. for
Agadef
free.
also got the underwater balcony, but he's taking it. He's banking on that good RNG.
Meltrs unfortunately not getting a single free piece in the initial check.
Ooh, that can be
That can be really rough.
Yeah, leave a sour taste in your mouth. Let's see, protector of the jar. That's
Oh,
not
that
a
is so
nice piece.
unfortunate. So he's going to come over here to the stone faces and hope to get a free piece. He didn't get one. So that's really bad. This is really bad on him.
And Agadov, he got a piece that he could have
He
checked
missed the
for.
free piece. Yeah, he missed the free piece that he could have checked for.
Can be hard to check. It's greenish water, green bluish, the green piece.
So now the worst case scenario would probably be a jail piece.
Turtle's tunnel. That can be even
really
more
bad.
detrimental.
It depends on which tunnel.
It looks like he gets.
It looks like it's the bad tunnel.
The radar reading at the beginning. I don't know why he's going out of bounds for. He can.
He's having trouble with the out of bounds.
And he also takes a death. I think he's better off with that death.
Enchanted
Pillar.
Okay,
that's
not nearly
way
as
better.
Oh,
Ooh,
active quick death on that merry-go-round.
He can afford it. He can afford it now. Ooh, misses by a hair.
So we're gonna see Agadov try and get to that next merry-go-round by about the 33-34 second mark.
Alright, Agadov is on a perfect first cycle now. Very nice of him, very well executed. Let's see what Meltrs does. He's not going for the safety life, he's making sure he gets every single second he can. Ooh, Agadov opting to not go for the jump there. Can't skip that platform by jumping across. And he also missed the jump towards the Chow box. That's also unfortunate, but he can take it. He can take it. He's probably on second cycle now. Get to see in just a second. I think he missed second cycle. What do you think? Looks like my coast is having a few technical difficulties. Meltrs takes a few deaths, and so does Agadov. They are at the same point in the stage now. This is crazy. Technically, Meltrs ahead by about 15 seconds. Meltrs now ahead. Meltrs makes the jump, and so does Agadov. Really close now. RTA speaking. This is a IGT run, in-game time. What happens? Real time doesn't mean too much. Agadov could still still beat the stage faster. He takes a death. Oh, this looks like a repeat of the first round. Not like this. Not like this. Meltrs is on 0 lives though, but there's no way he can die now. Unless he purposefully would walk off the edge of the platform now. No way of him to purposely die. Hello kids, are you back with us?
I am, and I stepped away just long enough to see that Meltrs is now pulled ahead.
Yeah, by quite a bit.
Sand Ocean being Sand Ocean?
Sand Ocean being Sand Ocean.
Sand Ocean was being Sand Ocean, ladies and gents.
Agadov was not being nice to Agadov. But then again, this is SA2B. Anything can happen.
It really can. Sand Ocean is one of the more brutal stages in the beginning of the game because it's the only mech stage that takes place perpetually over a death pit without any kind of rails to hold you on, but you don't have a hover. The rest of the mech stages either take place with death pits in them, but there's a lot of corridors to keep you out, and then the later stages all have hovers to help your jumps. So Sand Ocean is particularly devastating, and only really so in a speed run, because if you play the stage casually, you can easily make all the jumps by just waiting for platform cycles. But this is speed running; we can't wait on anything, right?
We try to go fast. Waiting is for the weak. Just go. Yeah, I would say Sand Ocean is the biggest bottleneck in the run. At least it is for me.
It's the biggest skill bottleneck, I'd say. There's
Yeah.
definitely like the memorization bottleneck for new runners for RNG stages plus the RNG itself.
Agatha getting the mag jump, very nice of him.
I think that's the first time we've seen that in this race.
And this race, it would technically be the second time, but the first time he did it, his stream froze on the moment he did it. So we missed it in that regard, but you could see in that he made it. Meltrs again with the custom music. Let's see, Meltrs now on the final stretch of the stage. It looks like he will finish up with a nice sub 2. This is a 1:53, which is very nice.
So now we're back into RNG.
This is,
I don't
think,
know if we've seen any death strats in this race.
unintentional death threats.
I hate to say it. I guess I'm going
Yeah, I would say this is the last RNG bottleneck of the.
No,
run.
no, I wouldn't say that at all. No.
Personally,
Security hall with the safe safe openings and whatnot.
Yeah, there you're right. But again, security hall will always be security hall. You can't really bank on getting good RNG there.
Alright, so fortunately, blue piece, which means goes straight to the upgrade, grabs the blue piece first, so that he can get the hint right next to the rocket, which gives him a good idea on where he's going next. And he's really close. So far, this RNG is pretty solid.
Let's see if we will use a death strat here, because any piece that will be in green, or the green hallway,
Dark
the green
Chow.
room, he could have used a death strat there to manipulate what piece he will get. But this is also quite nice.
Yeah, that was a pretty good layout. He never had to turn around or go very far. He always had to go just one room over, which is really good.
Let's see. Agatha got a hint with which read a 3. I don't know what it means, but it had a number 3 in it. Looks like it's
Well,
right
the
there in
three
green.
triangles.
3 triangles, yes, of course. That's a hint I never get.
So finally, we're going to be seeing some boosters. Granted, this is the third race of the set, but still, this is where platforming in mechs becomes much easier.
Yes. If you can nail your hover jumps well, this stage and the next stage will be fairly easy, because as we all know, Cosmic Wall is doesn't use hover jumping.
Well, Cosmic Wall uses like a variation of hover jumping. It's just the mechanics.
I would say it's the exact opposite. The exact opposite. Normally you would hover as soon as you jump, as close as possible. And in Cosmic Wall it's better to do it as late as you can. To get as much height. I'll be honest, the Chow box that Meltrs just jumped over. Earlier today I had to reset a run because I grabbed the Chow key. I broke the box accidentally and also accidentally grabbed the Chow key.
Well, that doesn't kill your run. You just have to quickly exit the Chow Garden. All you really lose is RTA. You don't lose IGT over it.
Yeah, but I didn't want to continue because it was a bad run anyway. I was like, screw this.
You know, it's not a bad run right now. Meltrs.
Meltrs is not on a terrible run. I don't know his PB. Oh well, actually I do. It's where are you? In game time, it's 28:53, and Agadev is not on the leaderboards for Dark Story.
You know who else isn't on the leaderboard for Dark Story? This unsung hero up here, Big the Cat.
Big.
He's on the left side of the screen right now, everyone. Say hi to Big the Cat.
Hi, Big the Cat. It's a shame that he only really was in Sonic Adventure DX. Yeah, he played a more major role there. We all know Big the Cat was also in Sonic Heroes, but we have to be fair. He didn't really play a role.
We don't
there.
talk about Sonic Heroes.
Critical Sid isn't here, so we can talk shit about it. For those who don't know, Critical Sid is a pretty good runner, world record holder as well, I believe, of Sonic Heroes.
So I heard you like pause hovers because this stage,
oh boy,
has some of the best.
It skips some upgrades. And there's the first upgrade skipped.
So for anyone who doesn't know, this jump that Meltrs is going for right now looks super easy, but you see all this weird camera turning and angle changing and whatnot? That is against our will. So if you've never tried that before, just give it a shot. You'll realize that you're fighting the camera to not throw you into the ocean.
Yeah, this game is full of tricks that look easy but are hard, and hard tricks
looks way easier than it is.
Yeah. Also, there are tricks that look way harder than they actually are, like Skyrail. Skyrail, I would say, is not very difficult. Those skips. Just literally jump off the rail at the right moment. Wouldn't call Cosmic Wall skip difficult.
It's not. Dream skip's pretty easy, actually. It's just, it takes a little bit of practice, but it does look kind of hard just because you often see people wiggling to get out.
Yeah. Basically, the inputs is what I do is put my control stick straight up, and then slowly move it towards the left.
It's pretty clean pause hover from Meltrs.
Very nice. We finish with a time of sub 130. He
129 on the dot. That is nice.
Ooh. I would say everything under 135 is nice in a race. It looks like he's taking no prisoners now. Agadev made some mistakes earlier, and Meltrs is punishing him for that.
Oh, and Agadev takes a death.
Oh,
That's a very risky hover jump. I personally typically jump on the crates first.
Depends how risky I'm feeling. Sometimes I'm feeling nice, I see I have a lot of speed, I can keep my speed, and I'll sure as hell go for it.
That time Agadev went for the jump on the boxes first. It's a lot safer.
Yes.
And with the amount of time it took Agadev to do that, Tails is already done.
Yeah, Tails 1 is not really much of a fight.
And viewers, if you are not doing the Eggman arm pumps at the end of his stages, are you really a fan?
Josh. Alright, let's see what his first piece will be. Two-colored container.
Two-colored container?
That can be...
That's really pretty solid first piece.
Only downside is it can mean multiple pieces. On a big box.
Big
It's
box?
nice. It's a nice second piece. It means it at most one save piece.
Yeah, and he'll already be up here, so his first hint will tell him if he needs to change save colors.
Don't know
And
what save color he has open. I think he has yellow open with a cardboard box.
So he's going to red.
Is that red? Yeah.
That's where he's going.
I hope he's right. Skins can sometimes be kind of confusing because you have next to a cardboard box and with a cardboard box. Looks like he was right.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing. Meltrs 48. Really,
Ow.
really solid. Really nice set. Really nice execution.
I wonder, do you know the IL world record for this stage?
I personally do not.
It's between 5 and 6 seconds.
Oh, we're talking M1?
M1, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's between 5 and 6 seconds. Resetting to get the perfect first piece over and over again.
Alright, so we're gonna see Meltrs go for this AI manip, going for a spiral upper in the very beginning. Did not get the hit. Ooh. And took a death. That's kind of rough.
And he takes the game over.
Oh, and that's game over, so that's gonna lose him some RTA time with Agadev going for the third piece in security hall. So Agadev's on his heels.
Yeah, if Meltrs doesn't watch out, he...
As far as our RTA is concerned.
in this race, it's nothing. Either one of our runners could literally pause the game right now to go to the toilet, and it wouldn't matter much, I believe. I would call it bad sportsmanship.
That would qualify as taking a break.
I don't think...
doesn't validate runs.
I thought it was just extended breaks.
It says extended pauses for, and it lists examples as taking a break. Anyway, let's not lose the so
we can
flying dog down
endlessly. Yeah.
in 35 seconds? Oh, 36 seconds?
36 by a little bit, by like 500ths. Alright, someone in chat just verified the world record for security hall. It's 5 seconds and 400ths of a second by Anvar.
It's worth noting that M1 world records use timer abuse, so if you watch the runner, if you watch the video, it'll be a lot more obvious how they got it that fast. If you're looking for something that's more of a single run of a stage, you'd want to probably look at M4 world records.
Yes.
But both of them are pretty impressive regardless. I'm not saying one's better than the other.
Oh, most definitely. I think the M4 world record is more impressive because you have to do it in a single go and get good RNG from there. And technically in M1 you can keep resetting until you get the perfect first piece.
Agadev with a 43 on Flying Dog, which which is actually better than Meltrs, considering Meltrs had to take a death first.
Yes, and that does lose some IGT as well.
So both of them are now in the same stage. So the time difference is roughly 1 minute RTA.
And IGT, it's
oh, it's about a minute IGT as well. Well, a little less.
40 seconds?
40 seconds, yeah. Still anyone's race. That 40 seconds
still
can fly.
Anyone's race.
It takes one death. One death can change that.
Yes, most definitely. But I do like to see these runners play against one another because they are very similar in skill. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, and that's always the best races. The best races are the ones where you have doubts on who's going to win. At any given moment, you know that the other person can pull ahead.
Yes. Also think these aren't top of the line runners, so they won't use the craziest of the crazy strats to do things.
Yeah. They're not like the top of the leaderboard, but they're both still really impressive runners.
Yeah, Meltrs is 19th right now. Knowing speedrunning, that can change any second. Nope, he's still 19th. And H still has a world
picking
record.
up an eggshell just because, I guess. I assume Agadef was going to charge a spin dash, but picked up the eggshell because this game's programmed.
No. You're wrong on that one. He picked up the eggshell for some RNG manipulation, right?
Oh, manipulating RNG. You're right. We don't make mistakes. We manipulate RNG.
Yeah, it's RNG manipulation when there's no RNG in the stage.
Well, the RNG of your piece placement and whatnot is determined by the frame that you enter the stage on. So.
Really?
I believe so.
So if you could find out what frame you are on, what frame you enter the stage, you could find out what pieces you have before you have even checked a single hint.
Theoretically, but not humanly viable.
I was about to say that since we can't use any third-party software to view our location and view our frames.
So we see Agadef going after Shadow, while Meltrs is casually cruising down the road with some amazing music, I might say.
It's what you call amazing. I was thinking about the information viewers in runs. I do believe Sonic Adventure DX allows that in speedruns. So it's very specific one you can use, but not everyone uses it. Do you know by any chance this song Meltrs is using?
I have no idea what Meltrs uses for a majority of his music now. I would like to point out, since we have time to talk about it, there's actually very interesting tech in this stage as far as ring routing and when to let go of your acceleration. I don't know if either of these runners are using that route, but it's very interesting. And if there is a route. ID Geek has put out a tutorial on it, and it's very impressive. But there are very opportune times to actually let go of the acceleration. Very opportune times to miss rings, specifically so you can have a backup boost ready for later. And it's interesting. It's worth looking into if you're interested in running this game, or even just playing the stage, or if you're even just interested in watching speedruns. It's just interesting to look into.
Yeah, I said it earlier. Just if you own this game, no matter on what console, just try some of these tricks. They're not that hard. They're not that daunting. It might look like it. I thought the same of it as well when I started running this category. They're not. Just do it, I would say, if you're interested in it. Because I still think a lot of people are interested in speedrunning, but are scared of the big tricks. Like, if I feel like they're forced to use these minute time save jumps that are frame perfect or pixel perfect. And I just noticed that on the Japanese version, the Japanese text boost in the bottom right corner is still in English, and so is the HUD. Meltrs now finishes up at a time of, what did he get? 2:48.
2:48. Pretty solid.
Solid. Good for a race.
So here we go into our sub 1 minute shadow stage.
Yeah, this is one of the stages I was talking about earlier. If you want to try to run this stage, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to practice. It's a pretty chill stage. It's even fun playing casually, like the intended route. It's definitely a pretty solid stage to learn certain movement techs. Like you can see the use of ramp jumping. It's also a very good stage to teach you an important difference on how to jump off a rail versus rail swapping.
Yes. Meltrs having a little bit of trouble getting on that church. It's more annoying than it looks. You might think like, oh, it's easy to get up on that church, right? No, slopes in this game are weird if you have no
Yeah,
speed.
slopes are very wacky. So, that's an interesting route Meltrs takes up there.
I think it was kind of an unintentional backup route. Finish up with a 51 seconds. Not bad.
It looks like Aganef took a different route to get to that first rocket. That was interesting.
Yeah, it
That's
takes
another thing about the stage. There's a lot. Oh, hits a rail swap and takes a death. That's rough. That's gonna lose a little bit of time.
Let's see how Meltrs handles himself in a golem.
So for anyone who doesn't know, I don't know if this was covered earlier. Shooting the left arm is very intentional because it gets more damage out, which reveals the mechanical parts inside Egg Golem faster.
Yeah, I did know. I did say that earlier, but the viewer count has grown quite a bit. I think there are a lot of people who just joined that have no idea what's going on. For those people, Meltrs is ahead now, and the timers are in-game time, so that's why you see them. See the timers pause if they're not.
That's why they're
inside of
not
the stage.
synchronized, and that's why they stop between stages.
Yeah. It's some agreement we have within the tournaments. Like if you want to use either emblem skip glitch or like in-game time, you have to both agree on it. Else, it doesn't really matter. They assume you won't use any of those tricks until said otherwise.
Alright, so Meltrs gets red light balcony piece 2. Right as Agadef is finishing up Egg Golem.
Red light balcony is all the way up top. Alright, let's see what this last piece will be.
Three-colored container?
Oh, that's
God.
a terrible
This
piece.
piece is so bad.
It's the cards that drives around the gravity.
So anyone watching who doesn't know, the gravity on this planet is very bad, and it makes controlling Rouge a migraine. So
Alright,
when you saw Meltrs flying and Rouge kept tweaking in different directions, that's the planet's gravity just throwing your controller out of whack. Meltrs made that look way easier than it is.
Yeah, normally the normal strategy for that is land on cards. If you haven't grabbed the piece by then, spiral upper. That's your best chance. Yeah, that's also that piece is kind of weird when it comes to the hints it gives, because all the hints say nothing about the piece, and they are all in mirror reverse. Instead of first hint being mirror, second hint being a lie about where it is, the exact opposite of the location. And the third hint tells you, and third hint normally tells you what to absolutely not do. But that piece is an exception to the rule. We have three hints both in mirror that doesn't say anything
Ooh.
about.
Meltrs catching that right at the end.
Ooh.
That
Okay,
19, just barely sub 20 seconds. You guys saw that the ground opened up right as he got that last hit.
The ground opens up at 20 seconds and blows you everywhere. If you hadn't gotten that last hit, it would have been a real pain to get kill Knuckles then, because oh boy, Knuckles can hide anywhere on the stage, and the stage is bigger than it first looks. Goes up.
Yeah, it can be very
up that
difficult to find Knuckles once he's up in the top of the stage.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, you'll see a runner just restart the fight at that point.
I do that. Also, that's a strategy to just spam hitboxes in his face, Knuckles' face. Not difficult.
Yeah, the Knuckles fight is honestly about as easy as it looks with some practice. It's a matter of just, once you hit him, it's A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, over and over again, depending on your controller, of course.
That's my jump attack, jump attack, jump attack. For most people, that's A B A B A B. Or how does a PlayStation controller look again? X square, X square.
X square or X circle.
All right.
So Meltrs going for the dream skip, completely opting not to tower skip.
It's a logical choice. Tower skip is one of the most difficult tricks in this run. Right up there with sand walking.
And Meltrs gets it. So now Meltrs is just going to be flying through space for a little while.
Yes, luckily he has the nice music to accomplish him with that. I think this music is somewhat fitting.
This is actually somewhat close. Agadev's coming up on the opportunity to tower skip.
And he will try it. Because it's Agadev. Get it? He gets it. Does he?
Let's see what happens.
He died.
Oh, takes the death. That's upsetting.
And he's at the
and
beginning
all the way
of...
back to the state. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's bad.
See, had Agadev not taken that death, there's a very good chance they'd be finishing closer together. But now Meltrs is pulled much further ahead as a result.
I think this set the pace for the rest of the run. I think this seals the deal.
Yeah, because that's almost a 2-minute gain for Meltrs.
Yeah, unless Meltrs now majorly screws up, which I can't see happening. It's set. I lost my
I
money.
would say, theoretically, like, maybe if Meltrs had a really bad final chase, maybe, but I don't really see Meltrs lose it anywhere else.
He needs to lose 2 minutes. That would mean he had to game over at the end of the stage. And he has
Speaking of game over, it is worth noting Agadev has no lives left after this, so if Agadev takes a death, it's gonna be a game over.
Yes, that's true. He might reset, might quit out of the game and reload final chase once he gets there.
And Agadev having a little bit of trouble clipping out. Alright, clips out. Let's see if he gets the good camera, because Agadev has been cursed by the camera in this race. Alright, and we have two dream skips going.
Yes. This is one of these skips that looks fairly daunting, but aren't. I'll be honest with you, I learned it in 20 minutes. I first had to know how to clip out, and then it's in what direction do you fly, because you do have to dodge a few kill planes, which honestly aren't that hard to dodge. I would say for beginner runners, fly towards the end of the roller coaster. Once the inverted tower is fully loaded, change your position to match that of other runners. What you can see in either a world record. I don't think this is in a world record, to be honest, or in a other runner's strategy. And then just keep flying forward until you get a visual. I go off a visual cue. The top left corner, a tower spawns in, then I turn a little bit to the left and you just fly.
It's easy enough to where you can watch a run of this using this strategy and you can replicate it with relative ease.
Because you only have to hold 2 buttons.
Short work of tails, 20 seconds.
Yeah. Do note, an Agadev side, the tube of the end of the run is now, end of the level, I should say, is now spawning in. The tube itself is not solid. You can fly into it. If you do, your camera will change and will go right in front of you, like you would have if you would ride the section normally.
Alright, so we're seeing Final Chase. So far,
Final Chase is kind of this love-hate relationship.
Pretty good. Meltrs is breezing right through it right now.
Yeah, it looks like Final Chase is being nice for now. It's a stage of mini skips. I would also say many runners have abusive relationship with it.
Yeah, it can be very abusive, especially the gravity tubes. It's just catching them wrong can result in you just being flung out into space for some reason because they're programmed very well.
Yeah, the stage you can put as much love, time, energy, whatever into it. In the end, it will only give you pain. And sometimes, just sometimes, it works with you. But when it does, it is beautiful. That very unhealthy relationship you had in somewhere in middle school. That you didn't really want to quit because, you know, it's beautiful sometimes.
Alright, Meltrs going for that mini skip. It's the homing attack.
I would say this is harder than it looks.
Looks clean. Looks clean. Got it.
Alright, let's see. Agadev almost died.
Agadev was struggling with tails.
Yeah, luckily he didn't. Right, Melt is now at the final stretch. Let's see if he will go for the tube skip.
Looks like he is.
Kind of a weird angle there.
What is gravity? Sonic Adventure 2 does not know.
It's a suggestion.
It's a suggestion.
He finished up a time of 2:15, which is very respectable.
And Agadev coming into final chase with a pretty solid opening. Ooh, Agadev going for the longer, much riskier strat and landing it.
Yeah, I explained this earlier, but I'll explain it again. What the hell is this music, Meltrs?
I have a feeling you don't like Meltrs music sometimes. 1, 2, 3. Meltrs looking pretty solid on this. Oh, commentator's curse, but only needs one more hit, so this should be relatively.
This music is anticlimactic.
And that's it. GG.
Well, GG Meltrs. Let's see.
Alright, so I guess you owe me a pizza or something since I won that bet.
Yeah, I guess. I'll have to buy you a pizza sometimes or a drink. We'll see. We'll figure that out.
Alright, we're seeing mini skip on Agadev's screen. Oh, Agadev takes the death.
Ooh, unfortunate ending
takes
game
the
over
game
as well.
over.
But he goes for it again. He wants to finish this run.
He's going back in.
That's respectable. It's very respectable. Meltrs finished up with a time of less than 30 minutes RGT. It's always nice. I could say that's a nice milestone when you first reach that, your first sub 30 RGT.
These are both really solid runners. Definitely out of my league.
I have to say, they play very similar to what I do. Yet, Meltrs is 10 places ahead of me.
So it looks like the major problems, obviously, in this run were Sand Ocean. Sand Ocean liked to be Sand Ocean apparently, and Agadev's tilting right now, having a lot of issues. See, this is what this stage does to you. Once it gets you, it holds you. Okay, this stage does not want you to get out.
Like Sand Ocean, somewhat Sand Ocean Light, I would say. Like it can get a hold of you and never let you go anymore.
All right, really solid pause, hover, extend, whatever you call.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're called.
Yeah, I know
extending.
A lot of people refer to it as a pause hover, but we already call something else a pause hover, so I think pause extending makes more sense.
Yeah, we can't. In the Sonic community, we can't really agree on names.
We can't agree on names for anything. Every skip has a number of names that I know of.
Yeah, or they have no name, or it's all depending on who you ask. And you could say, oh, then I'll sit down and let's discuss names. Well, what's the problem? We don't. But besides that, it's a very nice community, the Sonic Adventure 2 community, wouldn't you say so?
Oh yeah, definitely a great community. You'll find a lot of them are very helpful when you get in, if you're a new runner. I know that I got a lot of help from Jazz and Seraphim early on.
Yeah, those are some nice people. I played Seraphim in this tournament.
Seraphim's pretty awesome. Human
Yeah, I
being.
lost to him.
So Agadef getting to the tail end of the stage. Going for the tube skip.
Yeah, some people call it tube skip, others say no, it doesn't have a name yet.
That's whoa! That looked scary.
Gravity.
All
Finish
right.
up at a time of
Wraps up with a
2:05.
206. I think it's 206.
I'll watch the restream.
まずはこんなところか。
It's a 2:05 by 100th of a second. Oh no, it's 2:06 by 2:06.99. So let's see how Agadef will handle himself. Sonic 2.
That was really clean. Really clean. GG's to both players. This was a very fun race to watch.
Yeah, definitely. Two equally skilled players. So it just came down on who got it, got the tricks first try, who got a
And
better
who didn't
RNG.
die more on Sandosh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sandoshan was definitely a big role in this.
So we're gonna see if we can get Meltrs in here for a interview. I know Agadef won't give any interviews, mainly because he's Japanese and his English isn't very good. Also, he's Japanese and it's the early morning right now, so he's probably going to bed now. So Agadef, I want to say good night. Have a nice sleep. You've earned it. You played very well today. Congratulations.
Yeah, this was very good, very entertaining.
We'll see you in the next tournament. I would say everyone drop him a follow on his Twitch. It's twitch.tv/AGDF_YDY. I'll put the exclamation point R in chat. There it is.
There we go.
We both did it.
Yeah, you should give both runners a follow if you like watching speedruns in Sonic Adventure 2. And they're pretty chill. I know Meltrs. I talk to Meltrs, occasionally. When, very knowledgeable with piece locations and like free piece check strategies and whatnot. Very willing to help people out. You'll find that that's a common thing in this community. A lot of the people in this community. Tommy Easy, for example, you can see him in chat right now. Very open to helping people out who are trying to get into this game and get better. It's a very open-armed community, and we're very fortunate to have as many active runners as we have.
Yes, I'll pull Meltrs in here and ask him a few questions. Meltrs, hello! Congratulations on your victory. How do you think about the runs?
Hello?
Hello, yes.
Hello,
can you hear
Meltrs,
us?
how are you?
I don't know how to feel right now. Like this is crazy.
Care to clarify?
Did you not expect a win?
I went into this expecting to lose, honestly. I wanted to win, but I just didn't expect to do it.
Alright.
So, are you at least happy that you won?
Yeah, I'm really happy because that's like sort of the benchmark, right? I feel like if I can beat Agdif, I could beat either Piner or ID Geek in the next round. So I'm pretty excited for that.
Yes, you will either Pioneer or Trader
Trader.
or ID
Trader.
Geek next round.
That'll be fun to watch. So let's ask a real question. How do you feel about Sand Ocean?
I felt I did pretty well, all things considered. I just died once or twice.
Yeah, Sand Ocean was a major contributor in this tournament race.
I don't know what happened to. I wasn't watching active screen. Like, I thought because I got really bad. Like, I got horrendous RNG in Dry Lagoon. Did you see the whole Turtles Tunnel fiasco?
Yeah, the Turtles
Yeah.
Tunnel fiasco. You took a death on it.
So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be behind going into Radical Highway, but I was actually ahead. I wasn't sure what happened on Agdif's side.
Yeah, you were behind coming out of Dry Lagoon, but yeah, Sand Ocean was Sand Ocean.
I guess
Yeah.
I'll have to sort of replay it tomorrow.
Yeah, Agadef
Yeah.
took 5 deaths in your first race on Sand Ocean, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I was watching that because I was in headquarters.
Yes, the last race was
So-
pretty close actually. You guys switched lead quite a few times.
Yeah, I was really confused. I thought I was about 2 minutes ahead, like coming out of some stage. Like, I don't know how I was 2 minutes ahead. I felt like it was gonna be way closer than that, however, because I messed up on Sand Ocean a lot as well.
Yeah, weirdly enough, you both did.
I want to go ahead and give you a shout out. That was a very impressive 3-colored container grab that you did in that last race.
Uh-huh.
That was amazing. Like, that piece, that planet is just a nightmare to try and glide around. And you didn't land on the platform. You followed it with a glide and grabbed it out of the air. That's amazing, and you made it look so much easier than I imagined it was.
Yeah, this is gonna sound bad, but I hold myself to a pretty high standard with that piece in particular. I like grabbing it before. Like, when I glide onto the spherical plane, I like to check for it then, but I failed to do that because my brain isn't working. That's when I like to grab it, but it could have been faster, but I do appreciate that shout out. What else happened? You know what happened? Route 280.
Oh,
In the
yes.
second race.
Yeah,
Route
280.
280 happened. That was kind of a set point. Like, this is it. It's done now.
I was trying my very hard to catch up, but I just knew, because like, frankly, really hard outplays me in Final Chase, and I think Cosmic Wall too. So I didn't really stand a chance if he's going ahead of me in that stage.
Cosmic Wall, you actually were pretty close, but he died going for the tower scale in that last race.
Last race?
Yeah, last race.
that third
he,
race.
he
Yeah,
got the initial clip, but
Race-
he
race
a
three,
death
okay.
plane.
Okay.
yeah.
that's-
And there was like a maybe 10-20 second difference between you two at that point, but when he took the death, it
Are you
basically
kidding me?
secured a win. Yeah.
Are you serious? Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna be 100% honest. I have no idea what was going on. I thought I was 2 minutes ahead, so I was just chilling the whole entire time, thinking I was 2 minutes ahead out of Mad Space. Is that not the case?
Well, to be fair, we were watching the races head to head with RTA. The IGT timers were a lot more skewed than what the RTA was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Because I was
Yeah.
Yeah, your timer was ahead pretty much the whole time, but as far as RTA goes, like, you guys were pretty neck and neck up until that point.
All right, now I understand because I did
Yeah.
notice we were always close. Which is
So,
weird. I don't understand how that happens.
Kit, do you have any more questions?
I've got nothing.
I've got one more question,
Question.
and then we can route things up. Would you rather be
One
a
more question, what's
mermaid?
the question?
Would you rather be a mermaid or a sand tower?
A sand tower?
A sand tower. You know, a half horse, half man.
Centaur.
Centaur, I probably pronounced it wrong. Sorry.
I heard that as sand, as in sand ocean. So I think I'd rather be a merman because
Mermaid,
I don't like
alright.
sand ocean. I don't like sand ocean.
Alright, cool. That's all I want to ask.
Alright.
With that, I'm ready to close things off.
Alright, you got anything else, Meltrs?
I'll take his
that is a
silence.
no.
As he is already
So-
out. Alright.
Give a follow to the runners. They're both pretty awesome, entertaining, chill people.
Also give a follow to my beautiful co-host. Thank you for being here for the last route.
Alright, and give a follow to my fellow voice of absolute sexual appeal, your everyday speedrunner.
Well, thank you very much.
And
also,
if you stick
give a
around,
follow.
in about 15 minutes, we're going to see a Zelda 1 randomizer run here on this channel.
Nice. I would say definitely stick around for that. Also,
And-
give a follow to all the speed gaming channels. We have speed gaming 1 through 6. Also, if you're for, we have a different language. I believe we have German, Spanish, French at this point.
And
So, you can
if
follow
Zelda's
those.
not your cup of tea, if it's not your cup of tea, you can head over to Speed Gaming 2, because in about 15 minutes they're going to be starting a Super Metroid race. Both of those will be pretty entertaining, so stick around if you're here for just general speedrunning stuff. Otherwise, thank you for joining. You guys are all amazing. Feel free to hit up the Sonic Adventure 2 or any Sonic speedrunning community, because we're all here with open arms and want to help people and welcome you in. Thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting us, and thank you all for watching.
Yes, I'm your everyday speedrunner, and I wish you all the best of whatever time of day it is.
Have a good one.